Hey, yo, man, you already know what it is. It's Not For Losers Sports Podcast, the best sports podcast show in the world. And I am one of your hosts, the one, the only. They call me the Fresher, and this is my co-host.
This Sunny Boulevard, man. Shout out to Not For Losers Podcast.
Hey, yo, and today we will be discussing NFL trades and transactions during the offseason. We had some big ones, and we have some ones that wasn't worth. So, first, who you want to discuss, Mr. Boulevard?
We got a lot to talk about. Let's start with the rookies. Let's start with what happened this offseason with the rookies. Let's start with that.
Oh, so you want to speak on Shedeur Sanders?
Shedeur Sanders is the biggest topic of them all.
Yes,
it's the biggest topic of them all.
Yes, listen. I want to talk about Shedeur Sanders because I feel like the NFL dropped the ball on this one. You understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand. I feel like the question is why? Why did it happen how it happened?
Well, if you want, listen, I don't like using the race card like that, but I believe when a young black man has as much confidence as Shedeur Sanders, you know his father is Deion Sanders, so
which is hard.
He's one of the most arrogant football players that ever graced the field. You know what I'm saying? So I believe when Shedeur Sanders had the meetings with other NFL teams, that he walked in with this arrogance that they didn't approve of.
I agree. I feel like he 100% showed them like, I am what I say I am. They didn't like the fact that in his workouts, his answers to a lot of their questions was cocky, like he got it figured out already, so.
And
I do believe he's that good.
I
do believe he's that good. And that was the part that had me a little puzzled. It doesn't make sense. No matter of the small things, the better players should get drafted every time.
Yeah, and if you watch his tape, I mean, it don't jump off the screen, but he's a lot better than a lot of them other quarterbacks that got drafted in front of him.
I mean, he was a lottery projected, number one projected guy. That flipped quickly. That's why the draft was so, oh my God, because we expected him to be gone.
Yeah. So I honestly think the Tennessee Titans was gonna take Cam Ward number one.
Cam Ward is the better quarterback.
100%. Yeah. If you watch the games,
Cam Ward is the better right now NFL ready starter quarterback right now.
I agree with you 100%. But the NFL, I want to speak to the NFL and Roger Goodell. I believe y'all really dropped the ball on this one. And it just go to show you that y'all need to fix some things. Jay-Z, you over there working with the NFL, you need to fix some things because that is utterly a disgrace. That was
not
utterly
painting
a
the right
disgrace.
picture. It's not painting the right picture. It just don't paint the right picture. A lot of kids allowed to get paid now before they make it to the professional level. A lot of kids is thinking about that decision just on how they treated Shedeur.
Yeah. I don't like I said, I don't like using. I don't want to spend too much time on this topic, but this is a topic we're gonna have to come back to and speak on another time because, boy,
a lot to it.
Yeah, it's a lot to it.
It's deeper than the face value of it. It's deeper than
that. Yeah. So changing lanes.
It's a lot of other rookies though. So not to touch too much on them specifically, but it's a lot of guys drafted in places that could do some things. It's all about where you get drafted, I believe. It's all about, what you're starting out with. Who's your quarterback, the pieces around you. And it's a lot of guys drafted to places that just needed one piece or, what they bring to the table is all that team needed. So right now, I would definitely say the rookies got everybody on their toes, waiting for this 2025 season to start. So moving forward, though, a lot of other transactions went down this offseason. A lot of things happened. A lot of people getting new money and new homes. A couple of the big names right off the top, Aaron Rodgers. Everybody was anticipating the when and the how. For a while, it was he going to go to New York? Was he going to go to Pittsburgh? A lot of different places. New York was taken up by Russell Wilson, so that was out of the water. Pittsburgh stayed on the line, and they end up getting something done. So what you think of it?
Do you want my opinion on Aaron Rodgers?
What you think?
I believe Aaron Rodgers is done. He's done, man. Yo, listen. The A-Rod that we once known in Green Bay, it's over, man. And people can't come to grips with that. I mean, okay, his first season in New York, all right, he tore his Achilles, right? Okay. He comes back. With that core group of offensive talent he had, he even got his favorite receiver from Green Bay over. He got Devontae Adams traded to the Jets, and they did absolutely nothing, man. Nothing.
I can't argue with you at all. The hype was crazy. I can't argue with you on none of the points you made. I would just say you made a valid point earlier.
Listen,
it's like warmed up leftovers.
Warmed up leftovers. Yo, you had Breece Hall as running back. Then you had the other rookie that he was. Yo, and that's another thing.
Allen, big kid.
Oh man, he was a problem, right? Yo, listen. So listen. First of all, Aaron Rodgers got Robert Saleh fired, even though he I don't know how to explain it, right? I really don't know how to explain it because I like Robert Saleh, but
I like Robert Saleh, the defensive coordinator, not the head coach.
There you go. Some of his play calls was very questionable.
He didn't have the it factor on taking over a game with his calls and his mindset to really scare anyone. So defensively, he on mark. As a defensive coordinator, I'll take him all day. But as a head coach, it take that it factor when it's time to win. And Robert Saleh just didn't have that. But I do agree that Aaron Rodgers played a huge part in the entire demise of the entire roster that they attempted to put together. Devontae Adams wasn't happy. It just didn't work. It didn't work. It reminded me of something that happened in another sport where they attempted to load up the big name thing. Just didn't work. And it happened in New York. Just didn't work, though.
Hey, yo. Hey, Aaron Rodgers. You had your homeboy. You had Devontae Adams. Then you had Garrett Wilson. You had 2 number ones.
Correct.
You had 2 number ones. So I want you to tell us at Not for Losers Sports Podcast, what are you going to do different in Pittsburgh? Could you give me an answer?
I don't have an answer because right now I'm going to take Devontae Adams or Garrett Wilson currently over DK Metcalf.
Hold on, Brad. Hold on, Mr. Sunny Boulevard.
I'm going to have to be completely honest.
Hold on. Oh, listen. I like Garrett Wilson.
I like Garrett Wilson more than
George
a regular.
Pickens.
At his age, with what he's endured with such a bad franchise, with such a bad roster, and you still know him, you still know what he's capable of, he's a one that hasn't even really shown you anything yet. And Devontae Adams, that's no question. But Garrett Wilson is underrated.
But listen, let me say something. I'm going to say something real quick, right? I believe if DK Metcalf had a good quarterback behind center, yo, listen, that is a big boy, man. And he's fast.
Very athletic, big body.
Oh, yeah, I like DK Metcalf.
I would have to say right now, that's not the dominant receiver build. Right now, the dominant receiver build is the Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb build. And DK Metcalf is the opposite of that. So
I agree.
Right now, Garrett Wilson more fits that build. I would say he's closer to what they put out there on the field. I'm going to go Garrett Wilson over DK Metcalf right now.
I mean, I could do it. I could see that. I definitely I can go for
age, situation. Right now, with what you've seen from him, everything's stacked against him. Well, right now, his age stacked against him just in the sense that there's nothing he can do about the fact that he's young and going to need to learn. The situation, the team, that's completely stacked against him. Quarterback, horrible. Front office, horrible. It's unfortunate, but they got great pieces on that roster, and the front office didn't know what to do. And they're currently losing them. The secondary is, DJ Reed gone. So, yeah, if you stack up, what Garrett Wilson has against him, man, underrated.
Hey, yo, I want to say something. real quick to the people, to the fans. Now, if Aaron Rodgers, I don't like using the race card, but this is what this show is about. It's unfiltered, unscripted. So I'm gonna say the things that they're not gonna say on major networks, man. If Aaron Rodgers was a 41-year-old black quarterback, he wouldn't have a starting job in the NFL based on his production last year. That's my personal opinion.
100% agree. No debate.
So why do Aaron Rodgers keep getting chance after chance after chance?
I believe that he still have a certain ticket sale, bring a certain amount of media. He still come with a certain light. So even this late, this far down the road, he still come with a certain amount of light that the people willing to tap into. He bring that fan base to any city he coming to.
So you tell me it's based on revenue. It's not based on wins, though.
That's tough to agree to, but I'm gonna have to say it's definitely partially a revenue kind of monetary kind of relationship.
All right. So listen, I got a message to all the teams in the NFL, right? When it comes to these overaged quarterbacks, there was only one Tom Brady. You're not going to get the same production from a 41, 42-year-old quarterback as Tom Brady did. It's not going to happen. So leave it. Aaron Rodgers should be on somebody's bench. That's just my opinion. The man does what he wants to on his ayahuasca and dark treats. Listen, man. Get in the camp and practice like everybody else. He's not special. The man only has one Super Bowl, man.
And if you want to be honest, the young guys didn't say how much they liked him or how much they learned from him. Remember, he had a couple times where, in the situation with him and Jordan Love, where he didn't want to teach him, or he didn't feel like that was his role to, so as he moved to these other teams with these young players, he haven't done well with that either, creating those relationships. So going to Pittsburgh where they're rebuilding, a lot of young people, a lot of young players, I don't see it.
All right, now moving right along, we also had a big move in Dallas. Dallas finally made a big offseason swing.
Dallas tried to do their thing this time. I just want to say a couple of things, man. Every year, the regular season kings. Dak looking like an MVP. They got players all across the board. Star here, star there. CeeDee Lamb, tops in everything as far as yards, touchdowns, you know what I mean? Catches. This time they add a Pickens, which is 1-1. Like he said himself, when you look over there, you see a 1. When you look on this side, you see a 1. And I still don't think none of it mean nothing.
Yo, listen.
I don't think none of it means anything. Dallas had what they going to get out of the NFL in history. It's over.
All right, right? So now, so you telling me that Dallas got 2 number 1s, right? We just had this discussion last
Definitely.
Okay. So Dak Prescott, right? Dak Prescott, I don't mean to switch lanes, but I got to talk to you real quick, Dak Prescott, because you've been catching a lot of slack for the last few years. They said you are the reason why that the Dallas Cowboys can't get over the hump. So this year, there's no excuse. All right? No excuse. I didn't mean to switch, but I had to just say that, right? So
I agree. No excuses.
There's no excuses for that.
No excuses for that.
All right. So
my question for you, to piggyback, my question for you is, how much blame do you put on the coaching situation? How did you feel about Mike McCarthy?
Oh man. Mike.
Honestly,
honestly, I really don't like Mike McCarthy.
Let's start with this. Let's start with Mike, the coach overall, not just with Dallas. How you feel about it?
Overall, first of all, they keep dropping the ball with the head coach and offensive coordinators.
Agreed.
They let Kellen Moore go. That was
go win a Super Bowl.
To go win a Super Bowl. They dropped the ball on that. But I just want to stay on topic real quick, right? I think with George Pickens, though, honestly, if George Pickens can keep his head in the game, he could be easily top 3 best receivers in the league. That's my point.
I feel like if in fact Mike McCarthy was the coach to load up again with the George Pickens and the CeeDee Lamb thing, it would be zero belief in it. I think part of the belief is a new guy, new eyes, new system with the new guys. You know, new seems like the answer for Dallas. But they don't have a new quarterback.
So, you think this is the last year for Dak?
I don't really know how to take that. They got a couple young boys in that QB room that's ready to play.
So, let's my personal opinion, I think this, you know, they got prove-it deals. Dak Prescott, they paid you a lot of money. This is a prove-it year. They went and got you help. Now, Dallas don't make big free agent splashes. They never do. So they went out and got you another number 1.
And a couple of pieces to go along with it. They picked up Javonte Williams from Denver.
Okay.
There's a couple other pieces on that offense. There's a couple other pieces. It's not just Dak. It's not just CD no more. So
no, but they got an above average tight end too.
They got a lot going on around those two. That's why it's hard to paint the picture again. It's going to be hard to paint that picture this time for Dak, knowing that Pickens was in the worst possible situation a young receiver could be in.
You think so?
And he absolutely. And
why
he is absolutely a 1. So you're getting a guy that's stepping into a proven quarterback, at least a regular season proven Dak is, mixed with a proven number 1 guy already. There's no excuses why Dallas should run the table. If not just offensively, but
run the table.
Oh man, they should be tops in all offensive stats this year. That's what
I thought you, because you know the reigning Super Bowl champions is in that division.
Understandable.
That's what I thought.
Offensively, right now, right scheme, got the right guys. I got Dallas challenging all 3 of the other defenses in that division. Right now with Pickens, Lamb, solid tight end, Javonte running back, solid line, Dak with his head screwed on straight. I got that offense challenging all 3 of the other defenses in that division.
Mr. Sunny Boulevard.
Yes, sir.
Yo, listen, no. Did you forget about the Washington Commanders?
Their defense,
they has improved. Their
defense is good. Dallas's offense would be better.
I can't say that. I can't. I just can't say that.
Okay, so let me tell you the perspective I'm putting that division in. Right now, the 2 top offenses in that division projected in my eyes, Washington, Dallas. Those are the 2 top as far as offense. Defensively, I would go the other direction. I would say the 2 top defenses in that division would be the Eagles and the Giants.
Hold up. So you mean to tell me that Dallas and Washington got the best offense in that division when the reigning Super Bowl champs got Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert? Do I need to keep going?
Do they have the best offense? No.
Who don't got the best offense?
Projected was my point. It's all about what it looked like on paper right now. Nobody's done anything for the 2025 season. So last year, the Eagles did their thing. They won the Super Bowl. Best offense, best defense, 100%.
No question.
But no one's done anything for the 2025 season. And that's what I'm speaking on.
Oh, no.
Projected.
Okay,
right now,
projected.
You crazy if you think CeeDee Lamb, Pickens, Dak, solid running back, solid line. That's dangerous. That's dangerous in any jersey. That's dangerous.
I mean, this
Washington proved. Add Debo. Scary Terry, Washington ready.
Yeah, Washington
ready.
We
talking about just what it looked like on paper, though. Right now, I'm definitely gonna say Dallas looks scarier than.
Hold on, did you see Debo in training again?
I did. They said he was overweight a little bit.
Ooh, he looked like he had one too many.
They said he was overweight. They said, you know what I mean, like Kyle Shanahan knew what he was talking about.
Man, looked like the man had one too many cupcakes. Man, like we was at the same store at the same time. So
I can't even speak on that because Debo a gadget guy, and you ain't gadgeting nothing if you overweight. That's overweight.
Yeah,
that's overweight. But let's keep it in topic. The Giants offense, man, on paper, what it looked like, what it could be.
No,
okay.
I can't let you have that, Sonny. I can't let you have that.
Okay,
Sonny.
They in 4th spot, but they We gonna see.
So you think Russell Wilson makes a difference in it?
100%.
Oh, nah. Nah, I don't like Russ. I don't like Russ in that spot, man.
Malik Neighbors,
Okay.
young running backs coming through, young line.
So hold on.
Defense is gonna give them the ball a lot.
Hold on, I'm not gonna cut your knowledge off. So listen, chat. So, Sonny, could you tell me in the chat that you have faith in Russell Wilson?
I got faith in one last year of Russ. I got more faith in Russ than Aaron Rodgers.
No, I can agree with you on that. I can agree with him on that, chat. I can agree with him on that. I agree. I got more faith in Russ. But listen, let me explain something to you about Russ, right? When you are a small quarterback, right, in stature, right?
Right.
If you're the only reason why Drew Brees played as long as he did, he was a efficient pocket passer. You gotta roll Russ out. You know understand? You gotta roll. Russ is not an efficient pocket passer. He only got a deep ball from the pocket. He also got to roll out to his right or left.
I feel like the Giants' offense is getting more and more dynamic, where Russ got to do less.
So
I'm saying is, you got to be out there on the field, to get some stats, to get the numbers. The defense gonna have that offense out there a lot. They're gonna have the ball a lot. So Russ gonna have a lot of chances.
So you saying, what's your Russ average per game? As I'm talking about attempts and passing attempts. What should he average?
Right now, Malik Neighbors is really the only proven pass catcher right now that they can really rely on, especially at a high level.
Okay.
So I'm thinking a run game production is definitely the direction they're going. And I understand Malik gonna get his targets. He had 100 plus catches rookie season. He gonna get his. He getting separation like crazy. But I believe that Russ gonna be backed up by that run game.
So you think a balanced offense can help Russ?
100%. They got a balanced offense-minded coach. Dable definitely come balanced offense. So yeah.
Now you sure Dable? You sure Dable was a balanced? You sure?
100%.
He was our offensive coordinator.
He balanced us right on out.
You think, or was he Josh Allen heavy? Which one was?
No, I would have to say he definitely got the Giants' mindset is changed over there. You don't just see loser when you look at the Giants. You see rebuild. They a couple pieces away. The quarterback situation was crazy. Was Daniel Jones good? Was he not good? The backups wasn't never nothing. What they had?
What did the
Tommy
stats tell you?
DeVito.
Is he good or was he not? What did the stats say?
Stats is tough because the offensive line was horrible.
Man,
your quarterback is only as good as the offensive line.
Daniel Jones was.
I understand. I can't really argue that because Daniel Jones has some horrible footage out there.
Oh my God.
I can't argue that. But you're not telling me with the defense giving them the ball back as much as it should this year, the chances Russ is gonna have with the run game being the forefront, Malik gonna get his. Against the top cornerback or not, Malik gonna get his. That.
He's a dominant receiver.
He gonna get that.
No, I agree with you on that.
With as many chances as they could potentially get from that defense giving them the ball, man, Russ gonna definitely look like something. It's gonna definitely look like something. It's a winning culture in New York. New coach also. It's a winning culture. They got a new.
Did you just say hold on, bro? Did you just say the New York Giants got a winning culture?
It's coming.
All right, okay.
It's coming.
It's coming.
No, it's coming.
You was bugging.
It's coming. It's coming. It's really not bugging because that division is still strong. Win, lose, or draw with the Giants, it's still a strong division. They're coming back.
All right, so
they got some demons right now. Malik Neighbors is an NFL young demon.
Okay, so listen, off air, right? You made a statement that I didn't agree with you with, right? You said Cooper Kupp. Hold on. Is Cooper Kupp still a great receiver? We're not even gonna say elite. We know he's not elite. Is he still a great receiver?
Great as far as what you've done for me lately? No.
Okay. Okay,
No,
so that's not a big move. I think he went to Seattle.
he went to Seattle. That's a huge move.
You think so?
Anything that's need to be taught from a veteran perspective as a receiver, he can do that. That's a great move for them rebuilding. If he only be there for a few years and just teach, that's a great thing for that receiver.
I don't remember who was the quarterback in
They
Seattle?
just got Sam Darnold.
Oh yeah, they did get Sam Darnold. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. You believe in Sam Darnold?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. This is a prove it. Like we said earlier, sometimes the contract, the deal is a prove it. I feel like for Sam Darnold, you had a hell of a year with Minnesota.
No, he had a great year.
You had one hell of a roster.
No, he had a great.
You had a great offense.
But guess what?
Great pieces.
Okay,
so
but
this
guess
is
what?
to prove it. Can you keep Cooper Kupp at a certain level where he's still productive through your quarterback play? Can you open up those young boys? If in fact Seattle offense opens up, Sam Darnold is solidified.
I think Cooper Kupp is still a good possession receiver. Coming out the slot, I think he can still be productive, but not the Triple Crown Super Bowl MVP that we once seen. And that showed, well, I don't, you know what? Because when the Rams made the transition to Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp wasn't getting the same targets no more. So we can't really base it. We got to see what happens.
It's arguable right now that Puka Nacua has a higher ceiling.
Oh yeah, I agree with you on that.
And the Rams knew that the whole time.
Yeah, they knew that. But he just got injured though. So,
like how would you feel about, okay, better way to ask the question, which is better, Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams or Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua? What do you, because one hasn't happened yet, what do you think?
Puka and Devontae.
That's saying a lot as far as how good you felt like Cooper Kupp was, because
Cooper Kupp he Triple Crown, Super Bowl MVP. He was like, but his targets, his targets was through the roof. They were throwing him about 15 balls, 20 balls. That was crazy. He had a mean run. Man, Matthew Stafford, man. But like I said, man, I think Cooper Kupp to Seattle ain't moving no needles in either direction. But let's see if we can get it back into his old form. That's what we need to see.
I have to show Sam Darnold some type of respect in the fact that he got the deal he got right now because he balled out. So you got to give him the benefit of the doubt that whatever Cooper Kupp going to need from a good quarterback, Sam Darnold going to open him up. Sam Darnold got that deal because he played good, not because he played bad. Seattle said, "Oh yeah, we'll take that. Come get us started."
Hold on.
Come.
I agree. Sam Darnold had a great regular season, but you don't think Seattle was just desperate? They just lost Geno Smith. They ain't had nobody.
To be honest with you, I don't think it's desperate at all. I think it's 50-50 right now that Sam Darnold could be for the next 5-6 years top 10 quarterbacks.
Okay, so look, right?
That's what they made that move based off of. He really have a chance to really be a great quarterback.
All right,
within his.
This is based off this, right? What we seen him 2-3 years in New York, right, with the Jets. Sam Darnold, he played for 2-3 years in New York. Trash, right? He has one good. No, he went to Carolina. What'd he do over there?
It was turning, the needle was turning a little bit, but again, franchise. So in both of those situations, franchise, keep going though.
Okay. So he goes to Minnesota, have one good
season, now we instantly taking the franchise thing right out of there now. Now we come winning franchise.
So do you think Kevin O'Connell had anything to do with?
A lot to do with that. Kevin O'Connell is one of the young elite minds right now.
Okay, so
for sure.
So now you saying Sam Darnold goes to Seattle. They got a new coach, right?
Correct.
I don't know the name. Pardon me, child. I don't know the name of the new coach, but this is starting all over again, man. I just don't got no faith in Sam Darnold, honestly. That's just my opinion.
I really don't got nothing to say. I'm watching them though.
All right.
I'm watching them.
Okay.
So let's switch it up a little bit. Let's get into somebody else that, it wasn't really a huge deal. Let me check my line. It wasn't really a huge deal. But I do want to bring this up, though. So, Stephon Diggs, ex-Buffalo Bill wide receiver, left the Buffalo Bills to be traded to the Houston Texans or signed with the Houston Texans. Not a whole bunch of production. What would you say? How would you feel about him?
I mean, the season started off good for him though. Before he tore his ACL, he was. But you know, they got Tank Dell. They got a ton of receivers over there. But he was producing though. I can't lie. I was feeling some type of way. Like, damn man, I don't think we should have got rid of Steph. That's how I felt in the beginning.
I seen him route up a few defenses with Houston early in the season. I will say that. But what I also will say, it was pretty obvious, pretty quick that they didn't need him.
They never did need him. No, Houston never did.
Okay.
Tank Dell was a problem, man.
I agree.
And I forgot the name of the other wide receiver,
Nico Collins.
Nico Collins. I don't know how for you. That's why
deep ball Nico.
Yeah, deep ball Nico. That's a fact.
He's taking you. Yeah, I can't lie. Tank Dell is on his way. Injuries got in his way because of how he plays so flagrant and so quick and fast. And he on his way. He's definitely small.
Yeah, small receiver.
Explosive though, but he on his way. Tank Dell on his way. So I agree with you that they never needed Diggs.
Yeah, they ain't never needed it.
So he gets injured. ACL. That's basically over with. Season over with. Yeah. And his time in Houston was basically over. We understood that. So this offseason comes and he signs with the New England Patriots.
Want my honest opinion on that?
Let me just say this before you give your opinion. The Patriots is desperate for some type of gloss with a receiver. They desperate. Everything else was gone at that point when they got Diggs. That's what I feel like. They was desperate. Go ahead, though.
No, I think Diggs is a good fit. I don't got nothing negative to say about Diggs. They've been tearing him up in the media because they had him on a boat with Cardi B, and he looked like he passed a
controversial situation. We could mention that a little bit, but I don't have nothing against his outside of football life. I won't speak on that. But Diggs, the player, as far as his health, his age, is declining. I don't have the same faith that he's gonna go to the Patriots and really be a threat. I don't have that faith this year.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna be a threat at all. I think they now is the second best team in the conference, though.
In the division.
They're the second best team in the division.
I would have to agree with that because the defense, they come Vrabel, that locks up that defense. They got the right guys in the right spots. They already had the pieces. A lot of injuries last year. Definitely, that defense put them in second place.
And that quarterback they got, y'all better watch out for him.
You know what? No hate in my blood. Drake May, he on his way. He showed flashes of elite. He showed flashes of elite. Doing a lot with a little. I liked what I saw from Drake May. When that defense wasn't that good last year, the offense was good.
So the only thing I like the move to New England for Diggs, but I don't know if it's a healthy matchup with a second-year quarterback. You know, Diggs is like a cancer, man. He's a locker room cancer.
As they keep drafting receivers each draft now. Yeah. As they keep drafting receivers each draft now, they got the Williams kid. I'm not sure of his first name. Last year they got Polk, a Washington receiver. I forgot the other guy they picked up. But as they keep drafting receivers, young quarterbacks, super young receivers, it may not be healthy with the energy and the attitude that Diggs bring.
That's a fact, though. But I think it's gonna help Drake May out, and they're gonna be the second best team in our division. I do believe that. So, is there any more trends?
Well, we leaving our team out. You know, we got to talk about what we did.
Well, we got to talk about them.
We got to talk about what we did.
Listen.
Come on.
Hey, we didn't do nothing. Bro, I'm not gonna let you. Bills Mafia.
Crazy.
Listen here. I'm a part of the Bills Mafia. I'm a mafia member. But I'm not gonna let him sit up here and talk some. We didn't do nothing.
Listen. Right off the top, if we gonna go just names, Joey Bosa played 14 games last year. 14 games. Even if his production is 50%, his 50% production is still better than the average. I'm going to take 14-game Joey Bosa and plug him into what the Buffalo Bills need.
No.
Instant production in what we got going on. I can't speak for what he meant to somebody else, but what he's gonna mean to us, 14 game production, I'll take that. That's a start.
The city of Buffalo, excuse me. The city of Buffalo, Bills Mafia. I'm sorry to make this announcement. All we did was re-sign Von Miller all over again. That's all we did.
I disagree. I have to 100% disagree.
So you telling me he's going to be more productive than Von Miller was for us for the last couple of years?
More productive than Von Miller. Guaranteed.
I mean, I hope so.
Chat. Remember this. Joey Bosa, Von Miller. That's his comparison as far as the signing. Just remember that.
Yeah, of course.
Just remember that.
2 aged defensive ends. They 2 aged old.
Joey coming to us younger. But just remember, the take,
they
chat.
Still aged and injury prone.
This is one to remember, chat. We're going to bring this one back up. Back up.
Because he had to slide in like we made some big
We're going to bring this one back up. I got a few little pieces to go because we got a big topic I do want to touch on. I do want your opinion on something big. As far as the specifics in other places, not a whole bunch of huge names. Josh Palmer from the Chargers for receiver room.
I like that, though. I do like that. I'm sorry. I do like Josh Palmer. I do like it.
Okay. I believe the versatility that he's at, and he's got me at the highest hopes so far this offseason than Emmanuel Sanders had me, and unfortunately then Curtis Samuel had me. So Joshua Palmer definitely got me a lot more excited than those guys did. I'm going to have to admit that.
Hey, yo, this the only thing, right? And I might catch a lot of backlash for this. Why do it seem like when I say we, I mean the Buffalo Bills, we sign aged and injury-prone free agents like it's going to make a difference?
I can't really...
This is what I'm going to say to Palmer, he's an injury-prone receiver.
This is what I will say to that is we don't and haven't been let's sign the super lit right now, the guy that's ready, the strongest, the best at the position guy. We never go that route. It's unfortunate, but we never go that route. It's expected. Like, I didn't expect us to try to get Devontae Adams. You know what I mean? So us falling in the Josh Palmer range, I expected something like that.
I would have went for Devontae though.
100%. That's my mindset.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I liked Amari Cooper, but they didn't give him. They didn't give him no.
Amari Cooper had his chances, and I believe Amari Cooper, his flair, because the level that he used to play at, it just brought that little extra that we needed at the receiver spot. He just didn't do it enough. He could have did it a little more. We needed a little more. But let's just keep going. Is the point I'm making here. As far as the offseason things that the Bills did, the biggest thing, okay, let's throw this in there. We got Treyway back. Treyway. Shout out to Treyway. I'm happy he back. That was my favorite Buffalo Bill the whole time he was here. Shout out 27.
Chat, let's bow our heads, please.
Shout out 27. We happy Trey back.
Let's have a moment of silence.
If nothing else, part of playing football is being happy that you play where you at. And Treyway is the happiest he ever been playing here in Buffalo. You get a different energy out of a guy.
That's what you think?
Injuries, yes. 100% he got the injuries. I can't really argue the injury thing with Treyway. We lost him back to back. Super, super tough.
Yeah, I mean,
for sure.
He had a good few.
But he rehabbed. He rehabbed crazy. He looked right now like he's ready to play. So, being that we don't need him to come in and be 1A or 1B, we look good with that in the cornerback room. That looks good.
We do. I was going to save this conversation for a whole nother episode, but I got to bring this up, man. Sean McDermott. Brandon Beane, right?
We might have to save that one. I know where you're going.
You don't know where I'm going.
No, I agree with you. Believe it or not, I agree
what I'm
with
about
you.
To say.
Chat, we gonna let this one float, and we still gonna do another episode and bring this one back. But I know where he's going. But I agree. I was just summarize my whole point here is the James Cook situation. I just wanted to speak on how productive I felt like he was, but I don't believe he's worth that $15 million tag. Just quickly wanted to know how you felt about that.
I mean, I agree with you. Now, James Cook, I like James Cook as a running back. I like Ray Davis, too. We get him at a cheaper price tag. Listen, let me explain something to you in the chat. in this day and age in the NFL, running backs come a dime a dozen. They come in the draft. They don't even get drafted high anymore. I really like Ray Davis, so I really don't think he's worth that price tag. My honest opinion.
I would have to agree with you. That's that on that. I would have to say that even after 16 touchdowns, great year. I just don't see the $15 million worth. It's a lot of reasons why he scored those 16 touchdowns. So that's all I wanted to touch on. But since that wasn't what you were speaking on, let's let Chad know exactly what you was getting at.
All right, this is what I wanted. Yo, listen. Buffalo, New York.
Come on, Fletcher. You got to really give it to him. You know what I mean?
Listen, Buffalo, New York, Bills Mafia. You already know I love y'all to death, right? Damar Hamlin. Now, I don't mean no disrespect in anything I'm about to say. I understand you had a tragedy on the field, and our heart goes out to you. Sincerely, from Not for Loser Sports Podcast.
No doubt on that. Sincerely on the directly on the situation. Sincerely.
But
for sure.
So
glad
now,
you made it out of that.
Yeah, of course. So now, Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane, right? The sympathy tour is over with, man. It's over with, man. We are wasting a roster spot on Damar Hamlin. And that's just what I watched him get cooked. Speaking of you, we just spoke on cooked, right? I watched him get cooked all year long, especially in the playoffs. I just like, yo, listen, man. He is, first of all, he's too small to be a safety. That's point blank, period. Did you watch him get ran over by Patrick Mahomes?
Oh, man. I knew something like that was coming.
Like, the man actually got ran over by Patrick Mahomes, but that's neither here nor there. And I just feel like, I'm not saying Damar Hamlin, I'm not saying that you're not talented. I'm just saying that it's time to find somewhere else to go. If we need to go to the Super Bowl, man, our back end is depleted. Man. I don't have faith in our back end. And just all right, listen. So how do you feel about Damar Hamlin and his play? We're not going to see, this is the problem with us as Buffalo. We keep using the sympathy card to keep him on a roster, man. That's not going to bring us a chip. Sympathy not going to bring us a chip. He got paid. He did his job. It's time to you got to cut you got to cut him.
This is what I'm gonna say about the Damar Hamlin thing. That's all I got to say. Is as far as the player on the field, he can tackle. He gonna hit something. I give him that. He put his helmet into play. That's how he got injured. That's how that happened. Trying to make a play. Coverage wise, I've never seen nothing elite. Being that you are the last line of the defense, that's most important. How scary are you for the quarterback to attack you back down there? And I don't believe he scared nobody away from attacking us. So right there,
he got cooked, man.
I would have to agree with you that it's got to be some type of sympathy for the reason why we kept him again. There were other safety options that I believe is better scheme-wise. It's other, he got the youth, but if in fact they believe Damar Hamlin is that good, let him go be good.
No, yeah, he could go be good for somebody else.
Yeah, let him go be good. Yeah. No sympathy, no disrespect, but no sympathy.
Yeah, he's not. He's just not good for us.
So
that's just my personal opinion.
This is another year now where it's a little saturated now on the sympathy thing. So if in fact he's not elite, it's going to make it a little bit more obvious because the front seven is locking in. So that's in direct correlation with your safety play.
Oh, no, I'm convinced.
If that front seven is, barreling down, getting home with just 4, and we not seeing elite play from a Damar Hamlin, it's going to be way more obvious. So,
yeah, yo, I'm be honest. I'm convinced already. He ain't got nothing to show me, man. Like I said, ain't no disrespect. Listen, I'm here to give real takes, man. Unfiltered, unscripted. I'm not playing the sympathy card. I'm not saying that you trash. I'm not saying, but I think your time here in Buffalo has come to an end, man. That's just me. That's how I feel. If we want to win that chip, we got to get better on the back end, and he's not helping.
My unfiltered opinion would be straight up. I don't want to go through the idea of it potentially happening again because I feel like his play, you teeter on that line. I just don't care to be a part of that.
Okay, chat. This is our officially, unofficially first episode. We just had to tap in, let y'all get to know us, give y'all our insight on how we feel about the off-season acquisitions and trades and signings. As you know, every episode is sponsored by the luxurious streetwear brand Coins Apparel /Numi Vestas. Look, smell, feel like money. www.coinsapparel.store. Sunny Boulevard, would you like to say anything on closing?
I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, tapping in with us. That's the biggest thing. Right now, I just appreciate everybody who's just going to, trust the process. It's the biggest thing for us right now. I appreciate all the love. That's all I can say. Shout out to Not For Losers podcast, best sport podcast coming to you in the world.
All right, you already know what it is, chat. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, we out.
We out.